Yeah.
Okay, it's 9:30. I'll call the meeting to order. First item is approval of the agenda. I would like to make a change to number 13. We would like to table that.
Move the agenda as amended.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Approved. Minutes of the May 17th, 2022 board meeting.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Not all in favor, say aye. Opposed, say no. This is a time, date, and place for a public hearing on a budget amendment for the fiscal year 21-22 budget. I would entertain a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Do you have any written objections or comments? Are there any verbal objections or comments? Not, I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Resolution number 24, 2022, budget amendment number 2, fiscal year 21-22.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any questions or comments? If not, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Resolution number 25, 2022, appropriations for the fiscal year 22-23.
Move to approve.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any questions or comments? If not, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, say no. Resolution number 26, 2022, retail permit application for cigarette, tobacco, nicotine, vapor for Elliott Oil Company.
Move to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, say no. Resolution number 26, 2022, noxious weeds to be destroyed. This is an annual resolution we pass.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Resolution number 27, 2022, Norma Phillips edition. Everything seems to be in order on this. Do you know of any?
No, everything is hunky-dory.
Okay,
For this subdivision.
Move to approve.
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Resolution number 28, 2022, abate certain property taxes in Wapello County for Washington apartments. This is the apartments up where the old Washington Junior High used to be. I believe it's 54 units there. If you build low income housing, section 42, you're allowed to get sizable property tax reductions. The state says you'll get them. You have to provide the income and expense statement by March the 1st of your first year to get those reductions. In this case here, somebody neglected to meet that timeline and it was not timely filed. They didn't realize what they had lost until in October. And they had said then they would like for us to, because of the error, abate those taxes. And in that case, the county attorney had conversations with them. And then he gave it to me and I told them I just wanted to make sure that there was an understanding that the county did not make an error. It was the developers who missed the deadline. And the attorney yesterday said that was the case. So I wrote this resolution. Basically what it does is, absent that information on March the 1st, the assessor has to look at market value. And when he did that, the property taxes would have been $147,000. Plus about 11,000 in interest. Total of $159,072 they would have had to pay. But if we abate those, admitting, well, they made a mistake and just missed the deadline, their taxes drop to $50,028. I had a couple conversations with the attorney yesterday, and this resolution fits them, and they will pay it tomorrow if this is approved today. The only change they want is in the first whereas, instead of the Washington Group, TWG, they want TWG Development. And they will pay us tomorrow. If they don't pay in May, then the interest goes up more. So I talked to Gary, and they could have applied, they could have appealed this and got it taken care of, but kind of slipped through the cracks. So it's up to us to abate it if we want to.
Move the resolution.
Second.
Any questions or comments? If not, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, say no. We have a few more tax suspensions as we get closer to the tax sale. We'll have a few more. This is tax suspension under Iowa Code Section 427.8.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, say no. Tax suspension under Iowa Code 427.8.
Move to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, say no. Tax suspension under Iowa Code 427.8.
Move to approve.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed, say no. And we're going to table number 13. Is there anything else to come before the board?
On Thursday morning, they're putting out flags at Memorial Lawn and at Tumwa cemeteries. Having a little trouble finding volunteers to do that. Usually takes, anywhere from an hour to 2 hours to do it, depending on the number of people. So Legion and the VFW, they split those two. One, Legion, I believe, does Memorial Lawn. VFW does Tumwa Cemetery. So if there's any volunteers that would like to meet at either one of those cemeteries at 8 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, they'd definitely appreciate the help
This week?
this
Or
week.
next week?
This week.
They just have to show up.
Yep, they'll show up. They have the flags there, and you walk through the cemetery and you look for the markers or, something on the graves that signify that they're a veteran, and you place the flag at the marker. But usually there's a good group of people, and a lot of those volunteers, as we all know, in a lot of things are dying off or getting older, and they're really struggling to fill those needs. So
I would
Yeah.
also like to say that we have our websites done, our new website. So there's a lot of good information on there.
When did they have that done and running?
Well, it's been up for probably a couple weeks, but they just wanted to make sure, they just wanted, like, each department had to go over just to make sure that the stuff that they wanted on there, and that looks really nice.
Any word about the fire at the pedestrian bridge yesterday?
What would you like to know?
Well, people thought it was arson once
No.
again. I figured it was probably part of the way you were gonna remove the clears from the bridge.
Not quite, but first, we would like to blame the city for this. And then I'll explain why. We were over there with the bolt cutters. We wanted to cut the chain link fence off the top, so when they start picking it up, it wouldn't be in the way. So they were using bolt cutters. One of our friends at the city, one of the public works people, he said, well, I've got a grinder, just cut right through that. So he went, did us a favor, got the grinder. And so they just, well, sparks flew and they went to lunch. When they come back, it was all on fire. So in a sense, you know, it was the city's fault.
This is why we don't cooperate. Someone ends up getting hurt.
Nothing really hurt. It just burned some more of what was already burned. And they probably got what, half of it down?
It's done. It's all down now, I think.
Oh, there was some stuff.
I
Well,
haven't seen it
like,
since
when I
last
come in this morning, I think he's working on the last piece.
Okay. If it isn't done, it will be today, as far as everything out of the way.
But as far as removing those wood pieces, burning them the way that you were gonna do it, or how were you guys gonna remove those out of the?
We have our excavator just connect onto them and just pull them out. I mean, the engineer had asked us to make a little plat of it, because in case when we're pulling those piers out, some of them had maybe rotted off and were still underground. And if we left them, he wanted to know where they were. So in the new design, they wouldn't put anything in that particular area. So it's another step closer, you know, should be all out today.
Burning them is good just the same, right?
And I have a question. We've had, since July 1st, we're going to start, employees will be paying $100 a month for their insurance. We've had some questions come up, and I want your advice on, should I prepare a policy change? One question is, we still have a couple families where the spouse, they both work for the county. In doing so, July 1st, they're both going to be paying $100 a month when they only need one insurance policy. They would like to be able to, one of them drop it. I've checked to make sure that if something happened to the other person, a death or quit or something, our employees are covered till the first of the month and then get on it themselves. But we need a policy to allow that. And the other is a new employee who doesn't want our insurance because their spouse working somewhere else has equally good insurance that would cost them less. So I think we need to, I can have it probably on the next agenda, policy change that says if you're both here, only one of you has to have insurance. And if you're a new employee, you can sign off to where you don't want the insurance, if that's what you want me to do.
I know I did send a survey out to some other counties just to see like how, you know, if they chart, if people have to pay for their insurance. Some of them have require, or if they choose not to take the county's health insurance, and they have to show proof that they have health insurance through some other place as well.
Yeah, that's
And not just that they don't want to take it.
right.
Okay.
And I can print off those comments that I got for if you want to.
That would be good. Do you want to write the policy? That you could do if you want
So
to.
I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That was easy.
It's another thing.
Or we can write it together, you know.
Jerry.
But the question's coming up since we're
Yeah,
starting to
that's-
pay.
And I can get some samples from some of those other counties too, just to see how they did
Okay.
their wording, and we could probably make something off of that.
Okay. I don't have anything else.
And I did have Krista Tedrow call me yesterday, wanting to know if we would be the county of employer for their group that they have. So basically what they want us to do is have it to be where they send us money for their payroll. We write their payroll checks for them instead of them getting paid through the region or the group that they have. And then everybody gets a 1099 at the end of the year.
What group is that?
This
At Krista Tedrow.
Workforce out there.
Workforce, yeah.
Okay.
Physical agent. Yeah.
Yeah, they just want us to be like the pass-through. So whatever their payroll would be for 2 weeks or how, I don't know how.
We
often
would
they
just
get
be
paid.
doing payroll.
That's it. And she sent me an agreement yesterday. I haven't printed it off yet, just to see what the wording of it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've done, I don't think we've done payroll before, but we've done just other pass-through things. And that they would pay us, and we could figure out a fee that they would pay the county some money for doing that.
Sounds good to me. Anything else to come before the board?
So is your meeting next week at 5:30, not in the morning?
That's a hog lot hearing.
So, sorry, you're still having a meeting Tuesday morning, or are you doing it all that?
All at night.
all night? Okay.
Well, it's not a hog lot, it's a cattle lot. They've all been hog lots until now.
Go to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. We are adjourned. I'll take this over to the county attorney's office. She wrote that, so she can change that title.
On the Norman Phillips thing. We're reading out some signatures for at the attorney's office. That's the main thing I was here for, was to make sure that went through, so we could get those signatures, so if you guys had to sign off on the subdivision.
Right.
Yeah, so if actually
Yeah, mine, mine is still there.
Does this something have to be recorded? I guess I don't know what you guys did with it whenever you picked it up.
You pick up copies?
Well, I think we kept a copy.
I kept a copy.
Yeah, so I don't know what happens to the other ones. Maybe Lisa gets, I don't know what you guys did after you picked up the packet.
I don't know either.
So, I think that might have to be recorded, or have they already done that?
No, it has not been recorded because it has everybody's signature on it.
What's that? Somebody's mug shop.
Oh. That's a bad picture.
So,
Ah, geez.
Stop this, huh?